radio analyst for the Browns Network, Nathan Zegura, with what he's hearing in league circles about the Browns' new coaching staff.
A lot of things that I heard about the Browns from talking to various people around the league, there were two things. Number one, people are very high on Rutenberg, and they love the fact that the Browns were able to bring in Dom Capers, which has been reported. And we heard, Todd Monken talked about it with us. It was talked about, AB talked about it on the podium as well. So, but the Tom Capers, the former two-time coach, he's going to come in as kind of a senior defensive advisor. They love that we kept our defensive staff intact with Jason Tarver, Jack Cesaire, Coach Bonda, and Brandon Lynch. And that Todd Monken has a lot of fans around the NFL for what he is as just a genuine, authentic guy and football coach, but also as an offensive mind who's had success with very different styled quarterbacks. And kind of everybody's saying, to me, look, Todd is good. You have an opportunity to go get a wide receiver early in this draft. And, people were saying 11 personnel. If you could run out there with, Tate, Judy, Bond, Fannin, Judkins, okay, now you've got some exciting young skill position players. And I would say people in Indy like Isaiah Bond, the people that I talked to a lot. They said that was the one guy that when we put on the tape was behind the defense in every single game.
We
and
saw
if you guys
that.
Can get some,
yeah.
100%. I was a big Isaiah Bond guy. So there's a little bit of belief. And it was basically like, look, if you guys can just get to being the number 16 offense in the NFL, absolute middle of the league with that defense, you're going to be able to challenge for your division.
Let's welcome in Garrett Bush from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show in the Barbershop. G. Bush, getting to 16. Now we're climbing Everest to get out of 30-ish to get to 16. Starts with the offensive line, I think.
Yeah, you want to be able to run the football. You want to be able to be balanced. You take a look at what happened at the end of the year last year. You had a situation where you not only didn't have dependable receivers, but you didn't have pass protection up front, and you didn't have enough strength and push. When you go back and look at what the Browns were when they made their playoff runs and playoff pushes under Kevin Stefanski, the staple of what they were doing was a strong running game, 2-3 good running backs with Dearness Johnson, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and Maulers in the middle with Joe Bitonio and Wyatt Teller. So you had some things moving around for you, and I think that's what the Browns laid their hat on. As time went on, you started to have guys, be a little older. Obviously, we know what happened with the injuries with Nick Chubb, and now you're kind of cycling through that again. And so that's why, for me, as we look at what the Cleveland Browns want to be and how to get there, I think we understand exactly what the Cleveland Browns need. They need some playmakers on the outside, and they need guys up front that are dependable, that can move guys off the line of scrimmage and protect the quarterback and not be one of the worst lines in the game. So to me, we're going to hear a lot of stuff about quarterbacks. We've heard, we'll talk about Anthony Richardson, we Malik Willis, Kyler Murray, some of these names that will, guys that we talk about reclamation projects. But to me, it's very evident when you watch the Cleveland Browns and you ask yourself, what are they lacking? Guys up front. What are they lacking? Explosive playmakers. And if you can come out of this draft and you can come out with, in my opinion, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, or a Carnell Tate, plus one of the best, linemen, whether it's, I'm of the thought process, whether it's guard or tackle. I just need guys to plug and play. Whether it's a guard or if it's a tackle that you move to guard, I'm of the thought process to give me the best 5 up front, and I can work with that. But if you can come out with those guys in a playmaker, you can come back with Quinshon Judkins. You look what Harold Fannin is able to do. Isaiah Bond is a deep threat. If you look at what Todd Monken can do, and you take a look at what you can get with the offensive line and possibly some other things of free agency or possibly a trade, I think it's not hard to see where there is a path to getting to middle of the pack with some offensive guys and offensive influx of talent and infusion of talent up front. I think you can get to 17, 16, somewhere around that area and show some growth on that side of the football.